Lenny here. Hello, fanatics. I have in front of me a Bushranger 36 volt 18-inch lawnmower to trial. So let's crack it open and put him together and see what it's like. I don't have a knife, so let's just use a key. There we go, look at that open up. And let's look inside. Righto, so here it is, it's all put together. And I've got to say, look, as far as battery mowers go, this is a good looking mower. It looks like a petrol mower. You see some of these battery mowers and you think, bloody hell, that's a rough looking bit of gear, who designed that? But no, this one's a beauty. Let's give it a go. Righto, so let's load a battery in. You can put two in, but it'll run on one. I've got two. I'll give that a go. This is a two-handed job, so I'm going to have to put the camera down to put it in. So I've slotted in a 5 amp hour and a 2.5 amp hour battery. It's got a red key that you can pull out, and when it's not being used, so the kids can't play with it. So yep, there we go. Oh look, it's got a zip tie I need to take off, so push that in. Push it in at the same time as she works. Right. Oh, it stops pretty quick too. Let's jack him up a bit. Look, I've got this weed patch over here. I've been letting grow because I haven't had a rotary mower, and B, because I wanted to see what this thing's like. So let's give it a mow and we'll see. Right, so I just bashed into that. I wasn't gentle, I wasn't kind. I bashed into it, it was pretty overgrown. A bit sparse in the middle there where I had a trailer parked. But it's cleaned it up real quick. I can't get it to zoom in close enough. But you can see it's a nice clean cut. It's not cylinder mower quality, because it'll never be that, because it is a rotary mower. But it is a nice clean cut. Look, I'm super impressed with this mower. Time will tell. We'll see how we go over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to use it to mow this side patch on a regular basis, but it throws the clippings in nicely. It's a light bag. The mower is very light to use. 2 batteries. I don't know what sort of range you'll get out of it, but for me, geez, you can't beat it. It's a great little mower. They even got it dirty. Look at that. Yeah, it's a great bit of kit. I'm converted to battery. I've always had the opinion that they're going to be underpowered and not up to the job and messy to use and a pain in the bum, but no, this is a great bit of kit. Very, very impressed. I'm converted. Right, so I've had this now, the Bushranger 36 volt battery rotary mower. Had it well over 12 months now, I'd say. I'll have to look back, but it's been well over 12 months. So it'd be a good time to do I suppose, a long-term review of how it goes and what it's like to live with. So let's go back over it one more time. It takes 2 batteries. I've got a 5 amp hour and a 2.5 amp hour in it. You could do 2 2.5s or 2 5s or whatever takes your fancy. It'll work on 1 battery at a time. Okay, so it'll use up a battery completely before switching over automatically to the second battery. It doesn't suck both batteries dry at once. It'll use one completely before switching over to the other one. The red thing is a safety key, so you can take that out. So the kiddies can't play with it if you happen to leave the batteries in. If that's what you do, I tend to take them out as soon as I'm finished and recharge them for the next go. But the 2.5 and the 5 amp hour, what does that get me? That gets me 2 complete mows of my lawn. 2 complete mows of everything there. Plus it does my ugly side bit and out the front once. So 2 of these. One of them with a little bit of charge left in the battery for a quick hit with the blower. So yeah, look, straight up I'm super impressed with this mower. It's a great bit of kit. It's easy to live with, it's light, easy to use, but the cut quality, let's go and have a look at the cut quality. Right, so here we are at ground level, ground zero, let's call it ground zero. I've just run the mower over it, and let's have a close-up look at the leaf blades. So look, it is tearing a little bit, so we will see a little bit of browning, maybe like that one on the end of the leaf. It's never going to get the cut quality of a cylinder because it's not a cylinder, so it'll never get that level of accuracy and a scissor-like cut, as everyone says. But look, that's pretty good. And you know, I've had this 12 months and I've never sharpened the blades. So we might have a look at the blades in a minute and just for a good comparison. But look, I'm pretty happy with that. I've got the scientist Will Pearce is on his way over, so we might get him to jump in and finish this video off with him giving his opinion of it. Because he's actually, as part of his job as a turf scientist, he's tested mowers in the past, so he'd be a real good guy to give his opinion on the Bushranger 36 volt. So one of the other things I like about this mower is the weight of the mower. It is a very light mower to use. And being battery, it doesn't matter which way you tip it over, you're not going to hurt it. Okay, so look at that. They're a bit bashed up and need a sharpen. So look, I'm going to give it a pass mark on that cut quality that we saw, the bit of shredded leaf, because that's ordinary. I've let that go way too long without a sharpen. And I've hit that. I reckon there's the seed pods out the front there that are giving that a hard time. But anyway, this is the underneath. It does come with a mulch plug, and it mulches very, very nicely. You can see the clippings that it leaves. Very fine, not much there. But having said that, I cut my lawn 2 to 3 times a week with this. So it, if the clippings are any longer than a couple of mil, it's because, I don't know, I've done something stupid and forgotten, which is never going to happen. So this is the underside. It's never been cleaned. Okay, I've never cleaned it underneath here, so that's it, warts and all. And it keeps itself pretty clean, like even fairly sort of dampish sort of grass. It cuts neatly, it cuts cleanly. But I need to do something about that blade, because that's atrocious. I shouldn't let it go like that. So it's I would say the bit of shredded edge there is not a leaf tip. It's my fault, not the mowers. So 12 months or so ago, when Bushranger had myself and Rusty over to the factory there for a look around, they gave us some of the battery equipment to try out at home. So I'm not being paid for this review. This is completely me. Just wanted to give you guys a review of something that I use. They've not asked for me to do a review. They've not requested anything other than for me to take the mower home, use it, and tell them what I think of the mower. Okay, they gave me no instructions as to putting anything online. They just said go and use the mower and tell us what you think. So what do I think? I think it's an awesome mower. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to continue using this over winter. The cylinder is going to stay parked up until spring because I want a bit of extra height. So I like the height that it's at now for winter. I'm mowing it on position 4 out of 6, so it's a little bit over halfway up on the height range. Do I think it's value for money? Yes, I do. Longevity, I've been using it not religiously for 12 months because, you know, I do cylinder mow a lot. But I have used it, and I use the other battery gear all the time, like the whippersnipper or the weed whacker, the trimmer. That's my go-to. I use that every time I need to use a snipper. That's the one I grab. The poor old Honda hasn't been used in a long time because I'll go for the blue one. The blower is a lot of fun to wake the kids up in the morning. It does a great job. It really does clean up well. It's got a turbo function, so you can, if you've got sticky wet leaves or whatever, you can ramp it up and blow the skin off a custard sort of thing. So it's really good. Another thing about the rotary mower is it's got a crank sensor in it. So as it's spinning around, it's going normally on an eco mode. Once you get into some thicker material, some thicker grass, it automatically ramps itself up. So it sucks more power and gives more RPMs to punch through the heavy thick stuff. As soon as you get back out of the heavy stuff into the normal grass again, it automatically powers itself back to eco mode. That's to give you the best run time, the longest run time that you can. One thing I do wish is that you could have a manual override switch, because sometimes I'd like it to cut faster, I suppose. But that's just me. That's being picky. I'm struggling to find a fault with the Bushranger BRU 36 volt 9601. I really like it. They have got absolutely no chance of getting it back off me. It's staying in my shed. It's a cracker. It's an absolute cracker unit. It mulches well, it cuts well. Yeah, what can I say? If you've got a smaller yard, or you're prepared to buy a couple of batteries, it's for you. Like I think it's an 18-inch. I think it's the 18-inch model. So that's comparable with a lot of the petrol mowers out there. I don't have an issue with it. I like it. I think it's a really good mower. But Will's on his way, so I'll get him to let us know what he thinks. So Will is various times of his career, he's been a turf scientist, and one of those stages he actually did a big test on mowers. Was that in the UK?
Yeah, so in the UK they used to do the garden wedge testing, which was their version of choice.
Yep.
And it was, every battery mower, every petrol domestic rotary mower, you name it, any brand.
So you've used every mower there is, pretty much?
Pretty much. Like
tested every mower there is.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how different they are once you test them on a series of 10 or 15 different points.
Yeah.
Even things down to like how ergonomic the handle is. to feel. Because once you start, we'll do things like pull start testing and all that kind of thing, like ease of starting the mower. Once you start doing that repetitively, they become issues down the track. So you've got to test them. But see, the beauty of a battery mower is
click
on, it goes. Yeah. So that just eliminates that test.
Yep.
But even just the how lightweight it is, it eliminates like the whole ergonomic and the feel on the shoulders and pushing it. And, I've always been mowing fit because I've mowed, a lot of trials and stuff.
Yeah.
But you've got to look at it through the consumer's eye.
Yeah, sure.
These are people probably mowing their lawns anywhere from
once a fortnight sometimes. Yeah.
And 1 to 4 hours a week. Whereas I'd probably be behind a mower for about
6 hours a day.
Yeah. I'd say a half to 2/3 my working life.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really, when you test them, you can really tell the difference.
Yeah. So you've used the Bushranger battery on a number of occasions now. What are your thoughts on it?
I must admit, before trialling it, I've never actually trialled a specific battery mower before. I'd trialled battery key starts and things before.
Yeah.
And I was very sceptical on could it cut grass that was slightly lengthy or quite thick. And the very first time I used it, I don't think we'd mown for a while.
No, scalping down a bit.
And I was blown away. Like the main thing I was blown away by was, you're pushing it, it's just going at this idle speed. It's so quiet, it's so light, and then all of a sudden you start going through something thick and it just ramps up.
Yes, powers itself up.
And clean cuts. The difference between that and a petrol rotary is you'll be pushing it, it'll be going at that idle speed, it'll be loud, and you'll go through the thicker stuff and it'll actually chatter and you'll actually get a worse cut. Whereas I find this actually gets a better cut once it goes through the thicker grass.
Yeah. And cut quality too.
Oh, cut quality is unbelievable, I think.
Look, I flipped it on its side before, and like I've had this 12 months now. I looked at the date, so nearly 12 months. And the blades are a bit bashed up because I've been cutting those seed pods and stuff out the front. So look, that's my fault. They haven't been sharpened, but it's still cutting nicely.
I think the blades are light, but they're thin as well. So when the blades are sharp and they're thinner, you actually get a better cut. A quality of cut. Like you'll find a lot of petrol mowers hold a heavier blade. It's a thicker blade. As soon as that's dull, you get a shear cut. So this definitely gets a better cut for longer as well. Yeah.
The noise in the background, we've just thrown some granular fert and some wetting agent on the lawn, so we're watering that in. So yeah, overall, look, that's a great mower. My kids have used it, 11 and 12 years old. It's not heavy for them. It's easy to use. Seriously, highly recommend that. The 36 volt range from Bushranger. The whole range, but particularly this rotary mower that we've got. The 18-inch model is a 16-inch as well, but the 18-inch is the one we've got, and it's awesome.
It's so light. Do you know what the finish weight with everything on it is?
No, but I could probably look it up on the website.
It's light as light. Like
you could seriously, you could hang it up on the wall.
If
you could fold the handles down and hang it up.
I think that's the thing. Like if you're mowing not just your lawn, but your parents' lawn or your mate's lawn or whatever, you could just almost put it in the back of your car. So light.
Yep.
It's just easy to maneuver.
Yep.
There's not much like it, I don't think. Just for the power it has and the cleanness of cut.
Yeah.
Out there.
Now I said earlier that it actually looks like a petrol mower.
Yeah.
Like it's not shaped like a bloody shaft like a lot of them got that. They could do 400 k's an hour in a wind tunnel. It doesn't have that look about it. It actually looks like a proper mower.
I think that's the thing. Like I think look and feel is a big thing when you're mowing. Like probably the predominance of us looking to buy mowers and using mowers are comfortable with using an existing rotary, that the feel of it and what it looks like, and that fits right in with what we're used to.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say a bad word about it, to be honest.
No, the only thing I would say, it could use more more adjustment between the holes. Like the drop between the heights is pretty.
Do you know
hot.
what lowest and highest cut height is?
No.
No.
But you know, I don't measure cut height anymore. I don't worry about it. I just mow what looks good and I just leave it at that. I'm not going to measure and say I cut my lawn at 4 mil because I don't care.
I think that's
just want
the thing.
to look
Like this mower is perfect for the people that don't even want to get down the cylinder route.
Yep.
If I didn't cylinder mow at home, I would use a Bushranger rotary because the quality of cut's nice, and once you're at your set cut height, which is generally nice and high, because
Well, it's got 6 adjustments, and I'm on number 4, so just above halfway up.
so you're like 2/3.
Yep. Thereabouts, yeah.
I'd say it'd probably be like 15 to 50 mil or 60 mil or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can look that up.
You know, I don't see that as an issue. Like, I think that's probably the only downfall of it. But other than that, you know, it's probably a week and a half recovery.
You're really trying to find something. You know, we're really sort of searching to try and find something wrong.
Yeah.
See if we can find it. Just hold that thought. I'll pause the video here while we find out. We're back. Okay, so the Bushranger website tells us that its cutting height is 25 to 75 mil. So I'm probably cutting at about 50 mil, maybe at the moment, and that would make sense.
I think the skin is 23.5 kilos, but with the battery, I don't think the battery would add a massive amount of weight.
Maybe 1 kilo between the two batteries.
So I'd say it's lighter than a bag of fert.
Yep.
Which, you know, I shudder to think what a petrol rotary would be, but 40 to 50 kegs probably.
Yep. And the retail on this, let's do that. The retail price of that is $429.
I don't know if you could beat that with a petrol rotary.
And that's for the skin. The skin means no battery, so you've got to buy the battery on top of that, and then you'll probably need to get a charger as well. So yeah, all right. That's our review of the Bushranger battery. What is it? The BRU. Where is it? The BRU 36 volt 9601. Good. Beauty.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 stars from us.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we like it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this little trip in our Lawniverse. Lunatics. I'm trying to invent words with lawn in it. So far, I've got Lawniverse and Lunatic.
Lawnerific.
Lawnerific. Shall come up with one the other day. It was a beauty. I've forgotten it. I'll have to ask her.
Lawntastic.
Lawntastic. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get all them going. All right, fanatics. That's us out. Be good to each other. See you next time.